This is Level Yourself Up. I'm your host, John Budd. Thanks for joining in. I thought I'd share what's been going on and my inconsistency with my podcast. My heart's desires to really put out a good quality podcast every week. I think that it's really been a little difficult for me to get that done, and I want to explain why. And I'm praying about how to adjust things. But what's been going on? Well, my day job requires me to work anywhere from 10 to 12 hours a day. And then I come home. As you know, I've been working on this basement. I'm really about done. I've got stacks of stuff I just need to get put up. I'm sorting and doing that, which I kind of said in some of my shorts. So that's still going on, but I got sick last week, and it's really taken me almost all the week to get caught up. And then I had to work out some mic issues. So I'm still fighting some stuff. So it is what it is. I hope that you enjoy this content. So today I'm going to be mostly talking about my story, why I named it Level Yourself Up. You know, I started out several years ago doing just podcast and kind of inconsistent. I wouldn't say inconsistent, but I just every 2 weeks or once a month, I'd release kind of in seasons and do them. And then this year I wanted to start doing video. So I set up this YouTube channel, started pushing out shorts and doing that. So why did I name it Level Yourself Up? Well, I think years ago when I was starting to, probably all the way back, I just kind of had to feel like that I had to figure it out for myself. I really couldn't afford a bunch of things. I couldn't afford to go to a lot of seminars. And so this was probably back before YouTube was super popular. So I started reading books and just wanting to improve myself. And I thought about how you have to own the change. And it's not enough for you to want to change. You have to own it. You have to want to change. And I think a lot of it, whether you were dealing with addiction problems, whether we're dealing with habits and stuff we grow up with, you have to want to change. And you have to want to be that change for yourself, not for other people. We can do it for other people at times, but to be consistent, we have to do it for ourselves. And it has to mean something for us. And so that was kind of the start of that. Just level yourself up. Every day you got to do that consistent change that we do things to help improve ourselves. And with that, even though I said it's no one else, you have to have a group or a core people around you that is they're your influencers, right? And it could be YouTube influencers, but you are typically, I think it was Jim Rohn that said that you are like the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Now that could be YouTube videos, or it could be people in person or online. And I think that is true. I think that it takes a lot more time on YouTube because what you see of me and other creators online, that's just a small fraction of who they are. And I think that you got to keep that in mind. But I think when we are around people, we have to be around people that will call us out on BS, that will hold us accountable, and that will have our best interest at heart. They're not trying to manipulate the change we want to make for their own benefit. They're really there for us, to love us, to help improve us. So that's very important if you want to level yourself up, no matter what it is. Maybe it's a skill you want to do within woodworking. Maybe it is some skills you want to do in other things in life. So I think going back to when you want to level yourself up, when you want to change, you have to know why you're changing. You have to have that reason, that core value of why you're changing. I think, first of all, my channel is a lot about mindset, is because I had to change myself a lot. And I'm still in the process of changing. I think we all are, if we're honest. So I'd like you to think about that. Think about what you want to change and how you're going to own that. And then it's continuous. It's always self-education or self-awareness. That's skill building that you always got to be working towards and looking to improve. But there has to be a discipline, consistent habits, daily habits. If you haven't read the book Atomic Habits, go check it out. That will definitely point you in the right direction. And I think your goal setting and you have to have a clear vision. My people will be destroyed for a lack of vision or wisdom. And I think we have to have that for ourselves, because if we don't, we'll let everything, and we'll be like the ship tossed to and fro. We have to know what we want, and we have to go after it. And sometimes it's a daily fight to push forwards. And that's what I got to just do with this podcast. It's going to be a weekly fight to get this in. I can just see it, but it's in my heart to do it. And I want to do it. So that's kind of where that battle is. And some of my backstory, as I came out of high school, I was probably just an average kid, not sure what I wanted to do. I went into factory work, worked 15 years on a factory floor. Then I've moved up through the ranks. I'm still with that company, been there 30, 39, maybe, yeah, 39 years, I think. So it's been a long time. And now that I've moved up, definitely part of the leadership that I want to create change, for the people that work under me. I want their lives to be better. And it's sometimes a hard balance because there are goals of manufacturing that we have to meet, but it's no different than anything else. If I'm working for a client on their computer, there are goals that need to be met, but I'm hoping to influence their life for the better. So you have to be consistent. And so I guess I'll apologize for not getting this out like I want and what I've kind of alluded to and promised. This basement has took me far more time. I watched a guy on YouTube. He redid his basement. Now he hired some people and it was over 200 hours. And, with my limited hours and skill set, it took me far longer than that. And, when this basement flooded, we had to gut everything 2 foot up. So that was new drywall, new insulation, paint, new floor, baseboards, redid the bathroom, tiled the bathroom. So it's been a long haul. And then I really didn't focus on it till this spring. We took last summer or the summer before that off, and we did a lot of landscaping outside, things that was important for us. That was a choice that we made. But with that, I want you to figure out what you got to do to be consistent, what you need to do to help your goals along. And that even though it is all on you to make the change, you have to own that. You have to be voracious about it. You have to desire it deep. Because I think, if we allow the enemy of our mind, we can be very lazy. And anytime that we are lazy and not do what we need to do, it's the enemy, procrastination. And sometimes it's like putting this out. I could say, well, this video, the audio may not be very good. The video quality may not be very good, so I shouldn't ship it. But there's a time to ship it. There's a time to just do it and then make that continuous improvement. Because that's where we add such great value, is just in that continual improvement. And we learn along the way. We're going to fall down. We are going to make mistakes. And we got to say it's okay to make mistakes. So though we need to be hard on ourselves and push, we have to also be forgiving and kind, full of mercy and grace. As like this week, I got sick. Probably first time in over a year, I took the day off at work. I did nothing, nothing. And it's taken me 3 or 4 days, and I'm behind because of it, further behind than I realized. And that's due to a lot of factors. It's not my fault. It's just life, and life will throw us punches along the way. We have to also think, very vital for us, is that life is happening for us, not to us. We got to shift from that victim mentality to life has happened for us, and that we're learning to change and improve from it. The enemy wants to tear us down. So if we have that victim mentality, we will be the victim and we'll just succumb to the circumstances. But if we want to be victorious, we have to know that if we push through, and we might have to change anything. You have to keep your mind open. And it goes back to, you are the average of your 5 friends. If you're average, you look around and the average of your 5 friends are not people you really want to be, then you're going to have to change your friends a little bit. And that's been tremendous for me, that through the years, I've had it's been a pleasure. I've had 2 good friends that came out of an event, and I'm trying to think how that worked. But anyway, 2 of them just become true good friends, and we or definitely contact weekly, maybe one of them daily. And it's nice to have that. And they have total different mindsets as me. And one of them that I'm thinking of, they come from a totally different way of looking at life. And it's such a refreshing because it challenges me in my thinking. And as I grow in friends, um, I'm learning that through the internet, we can have good friends. Like, hope to have the interview that me and John Miller recorded, or I'll have him back on here. But he's become a good friend too. We text each other, and it's nice to have that support system for people to support you, because we need it. We need support. So that's my challenge to you this week, is that you would think about what your goals are, that you would write them down and create good action plans around them and hold on to them and really own them and drive for change. And if you would like to work with me, talk to me, I'd be glad to maybe see what happens and just do a little consulting, and we can help each other, see where that goes. I'm not looking to monetize anything yet. It is in my goals to do some of that, offering some coaching and stuff like that for a fee, but I'd definitely be willing to do some stuff for free as well. There would be boundaries around that as well. But we'll see. If anybody's interested in that, you can message me through the email or on my website. I just want to encourage you to level yourself up and to be all that you are called to be, because you can be and you are beautifully and wonderfully made. Believe that, because you can become the person you want to become. Dig deep. You may be hard on yourself. I can be very hard on myself and see the ugly side of me. And I have to dig deep and start with gratitude every morning. Start with what you're thankful for. Man, when you start with gratitude, it empowers you. It literally has been proven to change the way your brain chemistry works. So God bless you, my friends. I'll see you on the next one. God bless.